ladder, I find the easiest way to secure the hose is just a lark's foot. We all have a habit of doing the knot at one end or the other. But then when I go to lark's foot it, if I pull it through, now I've got the knot right at the end that I've got to tie it off with. It's already going to be complicated in structure gloves with two pieces of webbing that I'm trying to keep tight together as one so I can tie a knot up there. Now I've got this extra knot in it. Same thing if I just did it by the hose. That's okay. Just know that anywhere webbing or hose has a knot or a bend in it, it's reducing the strength. So I'd rather have it somewhere in line because my gear is going to be stronger. So you can set it up either right in the middle, or I prefer to offset it. So I offset it to the side that's going to go under the hose, and I can just keep this side short and pull the long part through. I don't need to even it up and then pull one side through. I can just keep it short, pull the long part through, and now my knot's in line on a straight piece of webbing. It's a self-cinching knot, so as soon as I put tension on it, it's going to cinch down to whatever it's tied around. If I want to adjust it, I've got to keep tension off it, and now I can slide it anywhere I want on the hose. So based on the size of your webbing and the size of you, you're going to want to slide this to where it's comfortable, where I can get the webbing on my shoulder, and then I can still guide this up with one hand. Anytime I'm climbing a ladder with tools, I'm going to keep one or both hands on the beams. That way I always have at least 3 points of contact. If I'm going to the rung, I'm coming off the ladder every time. If I'm running on the beams, I always have contact with the ladder. So I can use the pistol grip. If you didn't have the pistol grip, I could just run it with the hose right across. So I can use the pistol grip. Someone flip the ladder, please. You can go around to the other side so you can see what I'm doing. Again, I can utilize the pistol grip to hang it on my ladder. If we've got smoke and heat coming out, I don't want to be super tall on the ladder, and because I'm putting my face right into that exhaust. So depending on your height, you're gonna have to figure out, it's probably gonna be the same for pretty much all of you, except for like Cisneros. He already went, he had to do one higher. Unfortunately, you're probably gonna have to lock in where this pulley is. So you're gonna have to figure out how to get your foot around it. If you can just step into it, that's fine. If you need to step up, I'm staying kind of low to keep my head out of the exhaust. I can sit my butt on the rung, put my foot back down. However you guys get ready to lock in. If my hose is on the right, am I locking in on the right side or the wrong side? Is this right or wrong? It's the right way, right? So a lot of what I see is people keeping their foot up high, or their thigh up high and trying to sneak in here. If I get my butt to the rung and just sit down, and even if I scoot towards this beam, that's opening that square up for my boot to get through. I know I'm not in turnouts, it's obviously easier. If you need to reach back and grab your boot or the heel or the hem of your turnout pants, that's fine, especially if you got big feet. So I'm locked in. Now I can secure my hose to the rung. It can be either rung, I don't care. It's just a backup in case you lose your grip, it doesn't fall to the ground. So you might need to adjust your lark's foot to give you some slack to be able to tie this off somewhere. You can just do a clove hitch. I don't want to tie it tight here because I still have to get this out and through, right? If I do that, I'm never going to be able to move this thing off the rung. So put a nice belly in it. I do a clove hitch, you guys don't have to. Tie whatever you want, as long as when I pull it, if this thing slips off, it's not going to work. It's got to be a secure knot. I do a clove hitch, and then you can move it to one side or the other, so I'm able to manipulate the hose line through the window. again, pretending we have heat and smoke coming out, I want to keep the hose line as low as possible because that's the cooler part of this exhaust. So as I manipulate it in, it's easier if I grab down here, I unhook, I get my nozzle through. It's much easier to manipulate it from back here than it is up here. I'm all scrunched up. Back here, I can flow, but just like I was showing you guys with the hip grip yesterday, if I flow from here, I'm fighting this nozzle reaction at the bend, and then it's also pushing out here. If I just capture it and wrap my knee around it like I'm footing a ladder, like the beam of a ladder, now all this nozzle reaction is going into my body, which is compressed against the ladder. It's gonna be much easier to control my nozzle. Anytime I flow interior, I make sure I'm on a straight stream. If there's victims in there and I open it up on a wide fog, I'm gonna steam them. I'm gonna have you guys demonstrate that you got control of the hose. You're gonna flow it for like 5 seconds, shut it down. Once you're done, you utilize the pistol grip again to hang the nozzle under your clove hitch. I can readjust this to where I think I want it for climbing. And then as I climb down, someone grab the hose and run it back. Go at my pace though so you don't pull the nozzle off the ladder. Anytime I'm climbing up and down the ladder, I'm looking at my hands, not my feet. You glance down as needed, but you want to stay upright. I don't want to be choked into the ladder. That's good, off ladder. Any questions? Yeah.